ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ श्रीगणेशाय नमः। सरस्वती नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च सरस्वती महाभागे विद्ये कमललोचने विद्यारूपे विशालाक्षि विद्यां देहि नमोऽस्तुते। यदक्षरं पदं भ्रष्टं मात्रहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवी प्रसीद परमेश्वरी। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि Om. Today we will be taking a look at the ninth topic, Samas9, which is Virakta Lakshanam, qualities of an ascetic who is a Vairagi. It is Virakta Lakshanam that we are going to see. The signs or the qualities of ascetic. This is the ninth topic under the second Samas. So here I shall read the first 10 verses. Shri Ram. ऐका विरक्ताची लक्षणे विरक्ते असावे कोण्या गुणे जेणे अंगी सामर्थ्य बाणे योगी याचे जेणे सत्कीर्ती वाढे जेण सार्थता घडे जेणे करिता महिमा चढे विरक्तासी जेणे परमार्थ फावे जेणे आनंद हेलावे जेणे विरक्ती दुणावे विवेक सहित जेणे सुख उत्सव बळे जेणे सविद्या ओळे जेणे भाग्यश्री प्रबळे मोक्षे सहित मनोरथ पूर्ण होती सकळ कामना पुरते मुखी राहे सरस्वती मधुर बोलवाया हे लक्षणे श्रवण कीजे आणि सुदृढ जीवी धरीजे तरी मग विख्यात होईजे भूमंडळी विरक्ते विवेके असावे विरक्ते अध्यात्म वाढवावे विरक्ते धारिष्ठ धरावे दमन विषय विरक्ते राखावे साधन विरक्ते लावावे भजन विरक्ते विशेष ब्रह्मज्ञान प्रगटवावे विरक्ते भक्ती वाढवावी विरक्ते शांती दाखवावी विरक्ते यज्ञे करावी विरक्ते आपुले विरक्ते सत्क्रिया प्रतिष्ठावी विरक्ते निवृत्ती विस्तरावी विरक्ते नैराश्यता धरावी सुदृढ जीवी. So we shall see here what Swami Samartha speaks, the signs of the ascetic. How is this virakta purusha? How is this vairagi? Vairagi man hota hai na, which is not attached to anything other than attachment to the divine, to the Param. So the first one, as we read the English translation, now listen to the signs of an ascetic and what virtues he should have, so that he can become a really capable yogi. Now there is a difference. Anyone who has already started walking on this path is also called a yogi. And the one who's attained it is also a yogi. So there is only this difference of, the depth of understanding and realization. But if you are already on the path, for a common person who is not on the path, somebody who is spiritually inclined, also he tends to call him a yogi. But this yogi will not call himself a yogi because he thinks that a condition of complete realization is a yoga purush. I will call him a yogi. So you see, it, the difference is also by whom it is related, because it depends on who is talking about it. So even if you have just started on the path, you must listen to the signs of this. You must get to know the lakshana. Why? Because am I projecting this lakshana? How can I project this lakshana? It can only be projected if the mind is ready, steady, and has this attitude. Otherwise, it cannot happen. Then I can become a really capable yogi. So these qualities help in acquiring good fame, purpose of life is fulfilled, and those who are ascetics become really great. Nay, abhi here he says, Jene karita mahima chade viraktansi. This mahima that we talk about, one doesn't become an ascetic to become famous. When you're truly an ascetic, your fame you will get by itself. Matlab, that will come to you anyway. Wherever you are, you will be recognized as such. Today, wherever I go, who recognizes me, who knows me, nobody knows me. Right? So when I have to go also somewhere, I have to ensure that I know some person beforehand, I get some reference. So it is not, whereas if you're a jnani, if you're an ascetic, and truly, when we talk of, we are only talking of, as we say, a sadhu means one who is genuinely this way. Wherever he goes, he has no fear, and looking at him, a person also recognizes him as a sadhu. So even before he speaks, he is recognized as such. That is how his fame is. We should not look at it as the way like do publicity and get famous. Not that is not. By these qualities, spiritual life becomes easy. There is blissful joy, and the state of desirelessness becomes enhanced with the power of discrimination. So, what is he saying here? That with these kind of qualities, our Zene Ananda Hilave, Zene Virakti Durave, Viveka Sahita, with the power of Viveka, discernment on the path of Shreyas or Prayas. Which way? Am I seeking sensual gratification, gratification of the mind? Is it gratification of knowledge for the ego? Or am I walking the path of Shreyas towards the ultimate good? This Vivekam constantly. What is Sat? What is Asat? What is Atma? What is Anatma? A Vedanta student has learned to discriminate between these two. What is permanent, what is impermanent. Then by these qualities, happiness is exuberant, wisdom prevails, and both good fortune and freedom both are possible. He says, Bhagyashri Pravale Zene and Moksha Sahita. So here again, We don't have to think that all saints are, well, we listen to a lot of stories where saints are born poor or they are in poverty, but you will see that poverty only belongs to the body, physical condition. They have never ever suffered from that. So they are really fortunate. So this is being fortunate. And they would never have to, uh, like Bhagavan Krishna in the Gita has promised, the one who seeks me for my sake, I promise to take care of his needs. So good fortune just follows you. You don't have to worry about it. So by these virtues, intentions are fulfilled, all aspirations are achieved, and Saraswati, the goddess of speech, is seated on the tongue to speak kind words. Mukhi rahe Saraswati, madhura bola. That is the right word at the correct time. This wisdom comes. Speech is such that you speak truthfully, you speak nobly, you speak what is required. Only that much that is needed is spoken. This happens when we have Mother Saraswati's grace upon us. Not everybody can achieve this. Some people have something in mind, but they speak something else altogether. Then they have to defend themselves. This is not what I meant. Then what did you mean? Then they'll go back thinking about what they meant. So words are one way. Some people they say something and then they do something else altogether. Now actions don't match speech. That also happens. So when this mind, speech, and body, which means actions through the body, bodily actions, when they are all in sync, it is said that we have Mother Saraswati's grace. So this Virakta Purusha, you will see that Mother Saraswati is sitting and all the time feels that it is as though she is only expressing from through the mouth of the Virakta Purusha. So, hey, Lakshman, this, how do we practice to get there? One way is to practice Maunam. Practicing Maunam for a day in the week, or at least sometime during the day, if you choose that I can be in Maunam because my day, my actions, my responsibilities don't give me that kind of privilege that I can take a day off like that. Okay, can you take up some time during the day and announce that that is going to be your Maunam time and remain quiet, not speaking anything. And slowly, in that time, you should also see that you are not texting or using your mind for communicating. Even thought processes slowly should become silent. This way we can do, then our speech will really improve a lot. Then the sixth one, if you listen to these virtues and abide by them with your soul, you will be famous in the world, he says. हे लक्षणे श्रवण कीजिए आणि सुदृढ जीवी धरिजे. Hold it. Listen to the virtues, and one must want to be this. They can do it, I can do it. I must also be this way. तरी मग विख्यात होईजे भूम मंडली. Again, see, we are talking also of Swami Samartha living some years ago, 400, 500 years ago, and forget about smartphone or what is this, all the social media that we have. There was no telephone either. Huh? So to become famous was like a big thing. What happened in this village may not even reach the next village. If there is some traveler who carries one story of one village to another, only it will reach. And that may take months or sometimes half a year or 1 year to reach. That is how news would spread. They didn't have all this postal system, delivery system. So you see, I have always told you also keep in mind the time and period where Swami Samartha spoke of this. So Vikhyat, being famous was a very big, you know. So over a period of time, you practiced all these penances, austerities, you lived a life like this, the name and fame would spread to the next village and then to villages around the surrounding villages. So that was a big thing to happen. Today it is not a big thing to gain fame. You can, people are very, what they say, infamously famous. No? For the wrong things they are famous. So we should understand why and how. Why is he talking of? In which way is he talking of being famous? Also, then he says, an ascetic must use proper discretion, self-control. He should propagate spirituality, and in the matter of self-control, he should be very brave. He should be virakte viveke, person of discretion, not thinking casually, not being absent-minded about things, being callous, being careless, and then um, engaging in com- continuous uh, sense talk, experiences. One should withdraw. What is required must be spoken. What is not required must be kept quiet. Some people, they understand a little bit, they have gone to some classes, begun their spiritual life, but they want to keep on talking of what happened in the class, how they understood, and what they want to be and how things should be, and they want to speak about this to others in the family, in your friend circle. Go on speaking. They have not gone beyond that. You have to keep quiet, and then you will require that, then you will see that there are many more secrets revealing. But discretion is not used. They immediately want to show off their knowledge also. So this person, can be called a Vairagi only when you open your mouth when it is truly needed. Where we say, no, where silence doesn't work, you speak. Not the other way around, that you keep on speaking until people tell you, why don't you be silent for some time? Huh? So this way he must maintain and proper discretion, self-control. He should propagate only spirituality and the matter of self-control, be brave. He should not be, oh, what will happen to me? No? Before people go to any ashram, the way they prepare themselves, no? Oh, if that is not available, hot water is not available, I don't know what will I do. They are so concerned about that. Because all our day and life, we have only been doing Deha Puja. We have been worshipping this body, taking care that it should be kept in this way and not this way. What happens if it falls sick, and maintaining something that is not perpetual. So we should be ready going to an ashram, be brave, whatever is there, we will see it. We will see what will happen. Worst comes towards what will. This way one must be ready. And in the eighth verse, he says, an ascetic must maintain his daily routine of spiritual practice. He should encourage devotion and should give expression to correct divine wisdom about Brahman. Virakte rakhave sadhana, virakte lavave bhajana, virakte vishesh brahmajnana pragadavave. Right information as much as possible. After doing shravanam, mananam, any doubts, going back to the teacher, and then only describe or speak of Brahman. Not simply with his own limited attitude, spreading generalizations, and so he must encourage devotion and the daily routine of spiritual practice. Many people start reading the Upanishads and think they have mastered everything. There is no spiritual practice that they follow. The mind, such a mind which is not disciplined, can go back to its old ways anytime. Then Swami Samartha says he should propagate devotion in the society. He should be an exemplary, peaceful man and should by great effort maintain his desirelessness. Virakte Shanti Bhava. Propagate devotion also. So whoever comes, he comes across, and when he has an opportunity to tell people, keep faith in God. That God who runs the whole show, he is able to express this. He consoles people this. And an ascetic should give importance to good conduct. He should expand the state of withdrawal within from outside world. And he should be very firm inwardly about being without expectations or hope. Expectant hope he should not have. He hope is what? That means he's still thinking that he can get some happiness through this world. He must have that realization that this happiness that I'm getting from the external world is very limited. So he should have that conviction and go within for all solutions. For every solution lies within. He must be more introverted this way. And then we shall read from the 11th to the 20th verse, the Marathi verses. Virakte dharma sthapana karavi, virakte niti avalambhavi, virakte kshama sambhalavi, अत्यादरेसी विरक्ते परमार्थ उजळावा विरक्ते विचार शोधावा विरक्ते सन्निध ठेवावा सन्मार्ग सत्वगुण विरक्ते भाविके सांभाळावी विरक्ते प्रेमळे निववावी विरक्ते सांबडी नुपेक्षावी शरणागती विरक्ते असावे परमदक्ष विरक्ते असावे अंतररक्ष विरक्ते वोडावे करावे समाधान परवे करावी अछाटे चालवावी भक्तांची खाटे नाना वैभवे कचाटे उपासना माग हरिकीर्तने करावी निरूपणे माजवावी भक्ती मार्गे लाजवावी निंदक दुर्जने बहुतांच करावे परोपकार भलेपणाचे जीर्णोद्धार पुण्य मार्गाचा विस्तार बळेची करावी स्नान संध्या जप ध्यान तीर्थयात्रा भगवत भजन नित्य नेम पवित्रपण अंतरशुद्ध असावे. An ascetic should establish religion. He should abide by morality and should very keenly maintain forgiveness. Virakte kshama sambhalavi. Maintain forgiveness for the other as well as for himself. And he should glorify spirituality. He should find out purity of thought. He should follow closely the good path and piousness. Virakte sannidha thevave sanmarga sattvaguna. Always. So something has happened, some situation, something has triggered certain responses. You have responded to it. One must go back and reflect upon the actions. Go back and reflect upon the words spoken. Was I right in doing this? Did I correctly express myself? Was it the way a yogi should do? Is that the way a seeker of truth should be? Sanmarga, is this Sattva-guna? Is this on the right path? This is the Managu. And the yogi is only interested in improving himself, not proving anything to the outside world. So why does this reflection happen? Because he wants to make correction in himself. This is the way a Virat Purusha should be. An ascetic should respect devotional persons. He should give solace to affected people. He should not be rude to good, simple souls who come to him for refuge. Virakte premale nivaki, virakte sabri nupekshi sharanagate. See, some people come because come to us and they are troubled. Troubled maybe because of their own ignorance, because of their own stupid ways, because they don't know what to do. To such a person, one should not be rude. One cannot be, you are so stupid, you don't know this much also. Who asked you to do this? I don't need to. That is not the way to deal with it. Okay, you have done this. What is the best? This person should think which will be the best path for this person, and also give him solace. Tell him that yes, God is looking at everything, everything will become all right. You should try and console such simple, good souls who come but who are confused or don't know what is to be done. An ascetic should be very alert. He should be inwardly aware of truth. He should take the side of the spiritual path. की विरक्ते असावे परमदक्ष विरक्ते असावे अंतरसाक्ष and विरक्ते ओढावे कैपक्ष परमार्थांचा. So paramarthansa, he should take. That is why I said, when we sit down and reflect, contemplate, what have I said? Is that the right way? Would my Ishtadeva, my Deva is Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, would Krishna have liked if I behaved like this? Would Krishna have liked? You may have your own guru. Would my guru approve of this if I spoke, if I did this? So which is the marga you are taking at that time? Because I don't know, I'm still not clear, I am on the path, I'm still seeking the truth. Then I will listen to my guru. My guru would be happy if he knew this. Maybe people do not agree with you. Are you settled with that idea? That is the way of Virakta Purusha. And he should take the side all the time, he should take the side of the spiritual, not the other. Which is the Shreyas. An ascetic should study properly, he should be careful, and by giving speeches, try to rebuild the spiritual lives of people. So when he uses words also, Virakte Vaktritve Ubharava Modala Paramartha. So wherever he speaks, when he is exchanging ideas, discussing also, the prime underlining feature will be what? That yes, there is through me, that there is God. God is taking care. This is the divine will. Whatever happened because He willed it. When you hear some people, this is the way they constantly talk. I am not the one who did. This is the way, that things happen. Like this, it goes on. He is always talking of Paramartha Darshan. An ascetic should speak only the pure wisdom. He should always talk in praise of desirelessness. And he should first be sure of himself in order to satisfy the questions. Yes, he should first of all have done that. He should speak the truth that he knows and has experienced, not to speak of that which he has not yet. Very often we hear it, and because we think knowing is just because we have heard it and we have understood the language in which it was spoken, doesn't mean we know it. We know it as an indirect way only. The books say it. Such and such person says it. That is very indirect. It is hearsay. But when I know it, then what is it that I know? That only I must speak about as true when I'm speaking to another person. Also, when giving speeches means what? When you talk to people, and you might be in your own family, or you are when you speak, when you advise, when you counsel. This is the way the line of thinking should be. Though he is desireless, he should undertake big ceremonies, should form groups of many devotees, and look into the various complexities in the path of self-realization. Though he himself is desireless, he recognizes that people have desires and how he must bring them to the path of desireless. So he may even conduct ceremonies. See, this is another thing beautiful. A seeker very often, when he has understood and he says that I am desireless. Okay? So, what these people all have such desires, what kind of world are they living? Huh? I have nothing to do with them. I am going away from them. Why should I participate in all of this? Huh? This puja, this ceremony, this abhisheka that they are doing in temple, why should I be a part of it? I don't want to be because I am now a Vairagi. Very easy to say that and withdraw. But here, Swami Samartha, what does he say? Get more people to such places and speak of this goodness. Make use of this and make other people come, and this is the way you encourage them slowly towards the path of desire. So there is nothing, no harm in conducting. In fact, when you start, suppose you're doing seva, some seva, you're doing another seva, or you are teaching, you start a small school and involve people. What happens? You give them also the opportunity to come across and do some seva like this. By doing that, even their minds are purified. Therefore, these ceremonies and these activities must be kept alive and one must organize this. Even in temples and all pujas and worships happen, right? People immediately think, no, no, I am after the truth. I want to spend time meditating. Do meditate. Absolutely, one has to do that. But don't forget to participate and get as many people onto this line of the spiritual path. That is also Lakshana of an ascetic. And he should arrange devotional sermons, give detailed discourses, and by following the holy path of devotion, he should make the evil person ashamed. Look at it. That means how strong, how convinced he should be. That his very presence, somebody evil or somebody with will walk away because they say there is no point talking to him. I don't want to meet such a person. Why he doesn't want to be with such a good person? He's ashamed of himself. So one should be like, as Swami Vivekananda says, no, be aggressively good. Aggressive is what? Not just going and beating. Be assertive. Be convinced within yourself. Automatically, you assert this sense of spiritual seeking. And when you do this and you arrange satsangs, the moment you see great, evolved souls do all this. They are every time watching, where can we have a satsang? Is there a yogi? Is there a sadhak? Is there a master whom we can organize a satsang from so that we listen to more of these glories, so that we correct our ways of thinking, constantly seeking this guidance. So they also give speeches like this, discourses, and they are constantly listening to these discourses. So kathas are, or arranged, and katha is listened to. Whole Bhagavad Saptah they have the Ramayana Saptah like this, where one keeps arranging and gets more and more jnana and constantly is in the presence of this knowledge only, is marinating in that knowledge. And ascetic should oblige many people. He should rekindle goodness and make every effort to enhance the path of righteousness. Now, what does it say? Bahutas karave paropakara, meaning this paropakara is here as obliged. Don't have to. The correct word is probably, be of seva to as many. Serve as. When somebody comes to you, how can I serve you should be your attitude. You don't need to tell, but you can have that attitude within you. So when they come and they say something, they are talking of their, oh, today was a bad day. Immediately don't say, forget about all that. You are not to be good. He is as it is in a bad mood. And then you are telling him to forget as though it is so easy to do that. That cannot be. Oh, this is the way he feels. What can I do to alleviate that suffering? What can I do so that he is lifted from that sorrow? If this way is our attitude, then we are on the path of righteousness. Then the 20th verse, an ascetic should perform daily routine of bath, japa, meditation, pilgrimage, singing devotional songs, and should maintain cleanliness of body and daily practice. These are basic spiritual practices. Keeping the body clean, the mind body clean is quite easy. You know, with soap you can remove the dirt. But what happens to the mind? One has to be very alert. Watch that you're not feeding the mind any negative thoughts about people, about yourself. That is positive and clean. Now we shall read from the 20th to the 30th verses. दृढनिश्चयो धरावा संसार सुखाचा करावा विश्वजन उद्धारावा संसार मात्रे संसर्ग मात्रे विरक्ते असावे धीर विरक्ते असावे उदार विरक्ते असावे तत्पर निरूपण विषयी विरक्ते सावध असावे विरक्ते शुद्ध मार्गे जावे विरक्ते इजोण उरवावे सद्कीर्तीस विरक्ते विरक्त धुंढावे विरक्ते साधू ओळखावे विरक्ते मित्र करावे संत योगी सज्जन विरक्ते करावी पुरश्चरणे विरक्ते फिरावी तीर्थाटने विरक्ते करावी नाना स्थाने परमरमणीय विरक्ते उपाधी करावी आणि उदार सवृत्ती न खंडावी दुराशा जडो नेदावी कोण एक विषय विरक्ते असावे अंतरनिष्ठ विरक्ते नसावे क्रियाभ्रष्ट विरक्ते न वावे कनिष्ठ पराधीनपणे विरक्ते समय जाणावा विरक्ते प्रसंग ओळखावा विरक्त चतुर असावा सर्व प्रकार विरक्ते एकदसीने नसावे विरक्ते सर्व अभ्यासावे विरक्ते अवघे जाणावे ज्यासे त्यापरी हरिकथा निरूपण सगुण भजन ब्रह्मज्ञान पिंड ज्ञान तत्वज्ञान सर्व जाण. He must be of good determination, give happiness to others, and by his contact he should uplift people all over the world. By just his contact people must change. This is what he and only his own tapas and austerity will bring that about. It is not without that. Only when he is truly and genuinely doing that will that impact happen. He should be patient and charitable and should be very keen in explanation of spiritual problems. Patient, charitable, and keen to speak about spiritual issues. He should be very careful and follow the right path. He should work hard in helping others so that he will be remembered fondly later on. Now, why do you fondly remember someone later? Anytime in life. Huh? Say, array, that person told me this. I should have then listened to him. If this happens to you, now how do you remember that person? Yeah, very nice. I had heard that. Fondly you remember, no? Your words should be such that you are fondly remembered later. Nobody thinks and says, hey, you know what that cheat told me? See, he cheated me. He told me like this. I listened to him and I feel. Or it should be that if I had listened to him, I would have gone the wrong way. Do you fondly remember such a person? You will say, she, how that person tried to cheat me? How can you fondly remember such a person? Fondly remembering such a person means how that person should have been, in spite of everything, he said the right. He said what was good for me, well-being of the other. Who can be like this? Virakta Purush only can be like this. He has no attachment. So he is saying the good for the other. So that is why one doesn't start thinking and working to be fondly remembered. When one is an ascetic, one is truly thinking on the righteous path, he becomes remembered fondly. An ascetic should search for someone of his own kind. He should recognize who are saints and should be friendly with saints, yogis, and gentlemen. I know many people, I have met people. They simply like to meet sadhus and who are on the spiritual path. They tend to call them home. They tend to go to their ashrams. They like to meet such people. This is the way we must be. A seeker must be like this. We must not hold any restriction. Oh, that seeker is from that school, Baba. I don't want to meet him. I don't want to meet that seeker. He is following that guru. I don't believe in that guru. Seeker is on the path of righteousness. Must be able to recognize a righteous person, whichever path you are on. Righteous can be only one way. It can't be different, right? What is correct is only one thing can be correct. No, you do this also is correct, that also is correct, that also. How can it be all correct? It can't be. Objective world, there has to be only one truth, no? So we have to be able to recognize this. An ascetic should perform sessions of chanting of mantras, he should go to places of pilgrimages, and he should make many places more beautiful than before. He should make matlab kya? He already makes. An ascetic should perform sessions of chanting mantras wherever he goes instead of simply chanting, talking. If he sees that there are a group of devotees who have come to a place of pilgrimage, but all involved in chanting, immediately, what should he do? You have not come here for chatting. This is not a garden or social club. We are here for a purpose. Start chanting mantras so that everyone is quiet and everybody's mind is put into this single pointed contemplation. He should go to pilgrimage. He should be in that energy. Every of these pilgrim centers are energy centers, basically. Just go there, and wherever he goes, if this is the way he is, automatically he makes the place more beautiful. An ascetic should do many jobs, but should not deviate from his disinterested nature. He should do many things. Now, many people think being virapt or withdrawing from the world means withdrawing from all actions. I will not do anything, I'll just sit at home. I don't want to go to the temple. I don't want to go to the ashram. I don't want to go to this guru. I'm given all these jobs to do. Then where I can withdraw only, I am in the withdrawal is not there. Continue. Bhagavan Krishna says, continue doing actions. You cannot live without action, even for a moment. This withdrawal is of the mind. That discipline has to come up. So you can be doing many things, and you should be doing. Virakte karavi nana sthane paramaramani. Virakte upadi karavi ani udasa vritti na santa. Durasha zado netavi kona ek rishari. He should be of this disinterested nature and have no ardent desire for anything. Must be watchful that you're not starting to slowly desire something. And because this happens even for ascetics. They are living in the ashram, but within the ashram, what will happen? I want to be better than another student. I want to be the first to show that I wake up very early and I'm ready for Guru Seva before everybody else. Slowly this will start creeping. Why? This vasana for showing off, this vasana, this ambition is there. It doesn't go very soon. You must be watchful. Why am I doing? Is this needed to be done? Not needed. I should know to withdraw. And he says, an ascetic should be introspective and self-aware. He should never misbehave, should not become dishonorable by being dependent on others. This is a very important part, for a seeker. A seeker should try and be as self-sufficient as possible, independent as possible. What do I need? How can I take care of myself? This is the way he should be. Not going on asking others, are you there? Will you wake me up? Will you give me that shawl? Will you put some cold hot water for me? Dependent. Will you wake me up at this time? There's no need. I know when to wake up. And try and be as independent. Try and make the other seekers also not dependent on him. Many people think I am independent, but if he is dependent, I should serve him. No, don't do that. Wherever possible. If he really needs, you should help. Otherwise, tell that person. That is why I say always tell people when they go for camp and yatras, be on your own. Be self-sufficient. Do not be dependent on others. He should know the importance of any situation and be discreet, wise, and alert in all respects. Discreet, wise, discreet, not talking, going on, talking too much, and telling what is happening here, what is happening there, what happened there all the time. Alert and wise. An ascetic should not be lopsided. He should study everything and should know every subject comparatively. Lopsided meaning just one point of view and not taking other points of view into consideration. No, this is what it is. That is being lopsided. An ascetic should know the significance of devotion, personal devotion to God, as well as abstract nature of absolute Brahman and all other branches of knowledge such as physiology and philosophy. Sarva Janave. Jnana should be known. Hari Katha Nirupana should be there. Saguna Bhajana should be there. Brahma Jnana should be there. This is a true. This he understands every aspect of spirituality. Okay? So now we start reading from the 31st verse and up to the 43rd verse. Karma marga, upasana marga, jnana marga, siddhanta marga, pravritti marga, nivritti marga, sakala danavi, premana sthiti, udhasa sthiti, yoga sthiti, dhyana sthiti, videha sthiti, sahaja sthiti, sakala dana. मणि लक्ष्य मुद्रा आसने मंत्र यंत्र विधि विधाने नाना मतांसे धेकणे पाहोण सांडावे विरक्ते असावे जगमित्र विरक्ते असावे स्वतंत्र विरक्ते असावे विचित्र बहुगुणी विरक्ते असावे विरक्त विरक्ते असावे हरिभक्त विरक्ते असावे नित्य मुक्त अलिप्तपणे विरक्ते शास्त्रे धांडोळावी विरक्ते मते विभांडवावी विरक्ते मुमुक्षे लावावी शुद्ध मान विरक्ते शुद्ध मार्ग सांगावा विरक्ते संशय छेदावा विरक्ते आपला म्हणावा विश्वजन विरक्ते निंदक वंदावे विरक्ते साधक बोधावे विरक्ते बुद्ध सेवावे मुमुक्ष निरूपणे विरक्ते उत्तम गुण ध्यावे विरक्ते अवगुण त्यागावे नाना उपाय भंगावे विवेक बळ ऐसे हे उत्तम लक्षणे ऐकावी एकाग्रमते याचा अभेर न करणे विरक्त पुरुषे इतुके बोलिले स्वभावे त्यांत मानेल तितुके ध्यावे श्रोती उदास न करावे बहु बोलिले म्हणूनी परंतु लक्षणे न घेता अवलक्षणे बाष्कळता तेणे त्याच पडत मूर्खता येवो पाहे त्या पडत मूर्खांचे लक्षण पुढीले समजले पण बोलिले असे सावधान होऊन ऐका इति श्री दासबोधे गुरु शिष्य संवादे विरक्त लक्षणांना समास नववा. An ascetic, he should know the path of action, the path of self-realization, karma marga, upasana marga, jnana marga, siddhanta marga, pravritti marga, nivritti marga, sakala. The path of knowledge, the path of finalities in philosophy, and all about what are positive and negative approaches in life. He should know. He should know the abstract nature. We have seen this. So everything. He should know meaning fully in detail. He need not know. But he should understand the basics and recognize people who are following the different paths, and so that is why he is like this. He becomes more tolerant and more understanding of other people. He should know what is positive in that and what is negative. अच्छा ये कर्म योग पे है तो ठीक है. What is the positive aspect of karma? What is the negative? What is the positive of Jnana Marga? What is the negative? He should know both. He should know everything about the states of mind such as kindness, unattachment, yoga, meditation, out of body, natural state, extra, etc. All of this he should know on the spiritual path. He should not say, this is not important, I don't care for this. Just knowing and being aware of it should be there. That interest, that keenness should be there. And how does he know? He can just read, he can ask. He need not follow all the paths. He should know all this. He follows only one. He should learn about the path of sound, path of concentrated attention, positions, postures, mantras, rituals, their laws, as well as geometrical symbols of occult forces, and also the intent and content of various doctrines, but should leave them aside. You should know them, that all this is possible. Mantras, yantras, how they are used, how do they work, who uses them, everything he knows. This knowledge is there, but he doesn't get involved in it and practice it. He leaves it aside. An ascetic should be a friend of all. He should be free. He should be having various good and wonderful virtues. How can you, some people say, if you are a friend of all, you are not a true person. It is not in the egocentric way that we are talking of friends and enemies. When you say this is a good friend, what do you expect? That that good friend listens to you at any time, offers you advice without judgment, isn't it? Such should be the Virakta Purusha. When a Virakta Purusha is talking to you, when he doesn't judge you, he doesn't take any sides, because for him everyone is equal. He has no attachment to a particular friend. If he is attached to one friend, then that friend's enemy becomes his enemy. No? So he says, no, this is not the way to go. This way he is a friend to all. Sri Krishna, Sri Rama, all of them are suhrada. They are friends, very good friends to him. So one must try and become like this. So which means what? When I'm being a friend to one, I am confident. I'm giving that person also confidentiality. Not like I go and be that friend, and when I meet another friend, I share all this and give it to that friend. No, that is not it. Again, my friendliness with this person is intact. This way, if he can keep a lot of secrets and be discreet, and he can be non-judgmental, he is not comparing. Is a friend of all. An ascetic should be really desireless. He should be a devotee of God, and he should always be alone, aloof, and free. I tell people this very often: learn to remain in solitude, be alone, be aloof, be free. Do not bind yourself in relationships. Relationships of the world, where some expectation, some obligation, some commitment. Your commitment, your obligation, your attachment, your involvement should be with God. That's it. An ascetic should churn all the sciences. He should take objections to opinions. He should give guidance to aspirants on the right path. So churn all the sciences, know rationally what is what. And opinions given, he should have a matha of his own, opinion of his own. If somebody is speaking the wrong way, he should know how to correct it. Only a person who knows the truth will be able to do that. If you have knowledge, only can you correct also. You can't just say, oh, this is my opinion. That is your opinion, who cares? Doesn't matter, right? So that is why in Vedanta schools, ashramas, when we have a discussion, we are never to say, in my opinion, it is this. In your opinion, who cares? We don't ask your opinion. Where have you studied anything? What is your standing that you have an opinion on this subject? So we must be able to say that in this scripture, in that scripture, Shankaracharya has said this Muni has said this is the way they have come to. Therefore, we can conclude that this is true. Your opinion and my opinion doesn't matter. Where do we, what have we studied that we can give an opinion on any matter? Are we speaking the truth or are we showing off our ignorance? So that's why we must not speak about our opinion until asked, we say, no. Somebody asks, then give you. Otherwise, don't give your to anything. Also, he should teach the pure path of reaching God, should remove all doubts, and should be affectionate to all persons. Whoever comes to him, remove the doubts as per your truth, and also put them back on the path of devotion to God. An ascetic should be respectful to his critics. He should educate the seekers and by discourses awaken the ignorant towards the path of liberation. He should drop bad qualities. He should be by discernment, avoid various dangers and should inculcate best qualities. The ascetic should attentively listen to these good qualities and should not neglect them. We must listen to them, pay attention, and try and imbibe. Don't neglect these that is spoken of. That's what Swami Samartha is saying here. As a matter of course, I have told all this, but the listener should accept what they like and they should not feel bored because I have talked at length. As it should be like this, should be like that, should be like that means, some people say, Arey, what all should we know? How and when will that happen? Think about it. And when you keep these lakshanas in mind, you will also be able to correct yourself when you're not doing that way. No? So for that reason, you must know this. However, if anyone does not abide by the good qualities, he will be ridiculous because of bad qualities, and it is likely that he will be an educated fool. Many people read and they say, oh, all this I know. Why bother about all this? I mean, all this is common knowledge, everybody knows. But he knows of this as what he talks of common knowledge is just intellectual understanding. So he can be, he may say, oh, in the Dasbodh, Swami Samartha has said this. But he himself is not practicing that. He has not paid attention to that. Then after a while, what happens? People will laugh at him. Ridiculous because of the bad quality. Bad qualities is what? People can see a pretense, People can see superficial behavior very soon. Initially, you will think, hey, he knows so much, he's educated, he's talking about what is written in the scriptures. But after a while, his behavior, his conduct over a period of time, you will say, he talks a lot, he doesn't practice what he preaches, isn't it? We have heard of this many a times. First, tell him to practice what he talks. That means he's laughed at, no? He's mocked at. One should not be like this. And that is an educated fool, according to Swami Samartha. He says, Ramdas, he says, the signs of the educated fool are described in the next chapter, which you may listen to with attention. Thus, in the second Dashaka of Dasbodh, the dialogue between the Guru and the disciple, the ninth chapter, by name, the qualities of ascetics is completed here. So the next chapter is what now? Signs of educated fools. We should read, understand about the educated fools. Here we complete the knowledge of ascetics, which we must not only read but practice, put into practice with good intention. And the last topic in this samas is of the educated fools, which is, he says, next samvat, padatha murkhan se laksh, who have studied, who show they are very educated, but they are basically fools. So that we also should read and understand only so that we do not fall under that category. what we should take up, what we should drop, is constantly being told by Swami Ramdas. So here we conclude today's topic on the qualities of good ascetic. Until we meet the next class, we shall conclude this class here today. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति